Shemai everyone, how are you all? As you're probably aware, I haven't done a video for such a long time. I think my last one was about the 21st of January. The reason for that was I lost my mum suddenly in February. She'd been poorly a lot of January and was taken into hospital twice, and we found out that she had cancer. It had spread, and 17 days after her diagnosis, we lost her. So it's been hard. It's been hard to get back to things, but I've always found that crafting is such a great therapy. I love scrapbooking photos of my family, my loved ones, and I thought that today I would pay tribute to her, jump back into the YouTube driving seat, and I'm going to scrapbook these photos. I must have been about, these must be about 36 years old now, I would say. I was probably about 10 or 11 when we went on this holiday. My mum and dad were always messing about. I don't think I have managed to find one serious photo of either one of them. And as you can see, she's got the most ridiculous things in her mouth and in her hair, and that was my mum to a T. And I do think crafting is therapy. I found after losing my sister and my dad that when you're ready, it gives you a bit of time away from the grief. It's still there all the time, but you get a little bit of respite from it. So I'm going to use this stunning collection from Vanilla Sunkissed. I love the colours in it, and because they are holiday photos, there's a real holiday vibe to these papers. And I must say, I bought a selection of them in little kits from Vanilla, which are gorgeous because you get a little bit of everything. But I just know that I'm going to have to order some more of these papers, because the gorgeous floral paper, I've got the 6x8 sheet here. I used that was the first one I used, and I need more of this in my life. So I'm going to go to voiceover now. I'm going to sort of show you how I scrapbook these photos. As I say, I'm going to use, I've cut, these were the last remaining flowers from the big sheet of paper that I have fussy cut. I'm not a perfect fussy cutter, but I just love these flowers here, and they are perfect for the photo. I've got this little embellishment kit here, the floral ephemera. I've got the die cut ephemera because there's some lovely things here, like the little drinks, things like that. Not that, well, I don't think she was drunk. She was that mad without a drink. Some of the buttons. So I'm going to see, and I got the puffy stickers. I don't usually buy puffy stickers, but I'm glad I had these because these flowers are so cute. So, as I say, thank you for joining me. Thank you for not giving up on me completely. And let's see what I get up to. Here goes. So here we go. To start with, I'm going to rip the top of the rainbow paper. I want that to be the main paper on my scrapbook layout. I find when I'm faced with lots and lots of lovely pattern papers, if I want to use a selection of them on my page, I like this technique because you just get little bits. And then I'm going to take some of the dark teal paper, which is the back of the rainbow paper, just to break them up a little bit. My mum is wearing a red top, so I wanted to sort of emphasize the red. I've actually I prepared my white cardstock with some clear gesso, whichever you call it. I can't remember what I usually call it now. And I'm just using some Heidi Swap Colour Shine. You can tell I haven't done this for a long time. I'm always a little bit dubious about using red because I always think it looks a bit like a nosebleed. So I sort of mop it up quite quickly, but because of the fact that it has got gesso on it, it's a bit easier then to sort of take some of it back off. So I'm putting the rainbow paper to the top half of the page, and I'm just ruffling up the edge of it so you can see then the bit of the teal coming through. Then I'm going to add the little teal piece under there. I'm using some glue for that because I want to slide it in place. And my tape is a bit thick, I think, for that piece of paper. As I say, this is such a nice way of using a selection of the pattern papers, but I've still got the rest of all two sheets left, because I'm really finding it hard to run out of this collection because it is so bright and cheerful. So then I'm going to add the red rainbow piece underneath. It's got actually green behind that one. I haven't really got much green, apart from there's green behind my mum, but so I don't sort of emphasize the green so much. But now I realise I've covered most of my mixed media, so I'm going to just add a little bit more in. And as you can see, I've got glue all over my hands. That's my gluey hands sort of sequence. So I'm going to use some of these 6x8 papers then to mat the photos, because I just want them to stand out a little bit. I like this spotty paper, but I do like this ombre sort of paper as well. As I say, I can't believe how young my mum looks in this picture. The other thing that I'm getting used to since losing my mum is her little dog has come to live with me. And Lee and I have always said we wanted a dog, but we were going to wait till we both sort of retired. But I must say, she is our little ray of sunshine. She makes me smile every single day. So I'm just wondering whether to use this yellow piece, and then decided that I haven't really got yellow anywhere else. I use this Project Life card. I wish I hadn't, to be honest, because it doesn't really do much. And then later on, I tried to take it off and realised that I can't. So yeah, I wish I hadn't added that on. So I'm just using some of my offcuts of Funky Foam, or Fun Foam, I can never remember what it's called, just to raise that one up slightly. And I'm going to start looking through now for some embellishments. These florals are lovely, and I take ages choosing which ones I want to sort of match them with all my colours. And then I don't use them because when I fussy cut the ones out of the sheet, there's no white on them. These have actually got quite a bit of white on them, so I end up not using them. So I should have actually cut this section of the video, but because I'm so out of practice, I'd forgotten I'd done this bit. The floral embellishments are absolutely gorgeous with this collection though, and I do like these little palm trees. There's some things in there that you think, like pineapples. I probably wouldn't use a pineapple, but so for some of these holiday ones, especially like those little drinks there, and then I thought that, so I sort of took out whatever I thought I might use. The Happy Days and Sunny Smiles, I forget to add that on in the video, but in my photos at the end you see that I have actually added those on as well. I love Cocoa Vanilla. I think it must be now my most favourite scrapbook manufacturers, because every collection they've brought out lately, I need all of it. And that isn't a want, that's an actual need. And I think, to replenish my Sunkissed collection here, because, as you can see, there's me trying to remove it. I feel quite sad because I've only bought, as I say, a selection of stuff. When you buy the collection kit, you usually have 2 sheets of each 12x12 paper, and I only had one, and I feel like I've always liked paper that I can stroke the one and cut the other one up. That's probably why my craft room is so overwhelming at the moment. So I'm just going to add these little palm trees in. They'll act like a little frame around the photos. As I say, if you can't use palm trees on holiday photos, then you'll probably never use them, unless you're lucky enough to live in a country that's hot enough where you grow palm trees. I certainly don't at the moment anyway. So then I'm bringing in this little floral piece, and I'm wondering where's best to put it. It's got a bit of a Hawaiian theme, I think, these floral embellishments. The 12x12 flowery paper is absolutely gorgeous, and it's the sort of paper that's crying out to be fussy cut. So I've actually done this, I've done another layout, and I've used all of the florals cut out from that paper, and I must say I had a bit of a dent in my finger from using my scissors. So I've realised that I was a little bit too close and you couldn't see the full layout, so I've just sort of gone back a little bit. I'm going to add some more of the pieces I've cut out, so I can actually say that I have killed that entire piece of 12x12 paper. And as you can see, I'm looking at these flowers and thinking, no, there's just too much white around them. So I'll add the second little drink in, and I've added them on foam pads just to sort of give them a little bit of dimension off the page. And then I've got a pink and orange little flower that are the last ones from this 12 by 12. I'm just going to tuck behind the palm trees. And I think because the papers are quite busy, you don't need lots of embellishments. Otherwise it's goes a little bit too mad. Sometimes I've got to sort of think to myself, right, rein it in now, Nick, you're going a bit bonkers. But I do like these little puffy hearts, so I'm going to add some of those on. And then, because I have covered up a lot of my red splatters, I'm going to add a little bit of red on in a second with Nuvo drops. I'm trying to decide which title to use. And I like these puffy gold stickers that come with the kit. So I've gone for Cheers. Because my mum has got a drink in front of her. As I say, she didn't need to be drunk to do any of this, because this was pretty much what her and my dad were always like. And I've sort of followed in their footsteps. I don't drink at all, actually. But yes, this is daft sort of thing I would do as well. So I love the glittery gold on these. So I'm just going to add a few Nuvo drops. And then I'll go back to being live. So there we go, there's my finished page. I decided not to use some of these flowers because they've got such a lot of white around them, and the ones I'd cut out didn't, so I left those off the page. It is such a lovely collection to use. I don't drink, so I don't really have much use for these little drink embellishments, so I think this is probably the perfect way to use them. The little palm trees, where we were on holidays abroad, we don't have many palm trees here in Wales, funny enough, especially the way it's raining out there today and how cold it is. So as you can see, I tore my papers and just to give it a little bit of dimension. And the nice thing is, because they're double-sided, when you peel back the roughened edges, the torn edges, you get a different colour again. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I'm sorry for the sad start to things. It's been really nice actually to create a video again for my YouTube channel. As I say, thank you for not deserting me, and I hope to see you very soon. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau. Bye.